Hello. Today I just thought maybe we could talk about rabbits' litter boxes. So, it was kind of in the first video, but I'll kind of explain it a little better. They're in the closet, and they're actually just under this big one over here is just a large under the bed container that you buy at Walmart. And this is just another one of those storage bins you can buy at Walmart. And I find these are a lot more practical than actual litter boxes that I see a lot of people use, like from the pet store. Those ones have really high sides on them, and I would think that they're rather uncomfortable for the rabbits to jump into. And they're also really small. So this one here, the big one, a lot of times both of them will go in the litter box at the same time because it's big enough. However, I have this other one here because sometimes they don't want to be together and they can still be in the litter boxes at the same time, but not in the same litter box. So I use wood stove pellets, which you can get like a 40-pound bag for like $6 or $7 here in Canada. And I do use oxbow hay. I bought a half a bale of hay before from a farm. It was timothy and orchard grass mixed together. And to be honest with you, I haven't had luck finding farm hay that's nearly as nice as what I can buy the oxbow hay for. So much of it got wasted because the rabbits didn't like it. And it was stocky and it wasn't very green. So I buy this off Amazon, and I can usually get a 40-ounce bag for $8.97, which is cheaper than you'll ever find it in any store. And so the way I do it, as you can see, I keep the hay contained so that all of it doesn't get wasted by them going to the washroom on it and soiling it all. I also have like a hanging basket here, like I just got at the dollar store. And you can't really see because it's attached, but there's a 3M command hook behind that I just hang it on. And this is great because it's at like their level of their head, so they don't have to reach up too far to get it. So by containing the hay like this, I can sometimes Cordelia, the little white one, she'll knock the buckets over, or the little wood baskets over here, but boxes or whatever you want to call them. I can't talk right now. And that's fine. She doesn't do it all the time. And if she does, she'll eat most of it anyway. So one of these 40-ounce bags, I can usually get over 2 weeks out of worth of hay. I see a lot on YouTube of videos where people put hay like in the bottom of the litter boxes and then the hay gets all soiled. I don't do that, and my rabbits eat hay all day long and they're perfectly content. I don't want to be terribly wasteful because it can get expensive. And then the other thing I do is on top of the wood pellets, I put, right now I have Boxo, which is just a paper-based bedding. It's like Carefresh. I buy that at Walmart too. And I just put a little bit on top, like just a little. I sprinkle it on top because it kind of helps with their feet, because my little guy, he seemed to be getting what looked like the beginning of sore hocks a few months ago, and I thought, well, it could just be because the wood pellets are hard. And that bag of Boxo it's actually really little, and it's like $9, I think, at Walmart in Canada, and that lasts me over a month. So that's how I do it, and I also don't leave the litter boxes. I clean out like the urine soaked spots every day, and I just use like one of these, the biodegradable compost bags, and I scoop out the yucky parts. Like I would scoop this out because the pellets absorb it all, so it's all wet underneath. And then I would just scoop it out and I put it in the compost bag, and I put the compost bag in our compost bin. I don't put it in the garbage because that's a waste and it would get the garbage way too heavy. I put it in the green bin, and I have 2 full green bins every garbage day because I do that. I clean out the litter box every day. And yeah, so that's how I do it. I think my way works relatively well. It reduces a lot of waste, and the litter boxes are comfortable. My rabbits don't really kick this stuff out, so I can get away with that, I guess. I guess if you have rabbits that like to dig in the litter box, you'd have to have something with higher sides or put some cardboard as a shield. And then I just have the water tucked away in the corner here. And I do put these puppy pads down because I have a little one, like you can see right there. It's dry now. But he likes to pee, and I guess I could rip the carpet up at some point. The rest of the room is actually hardwood floor, but I haven't got around to it. And then the bucket right there with the wood pellets, I just keep that there and I refill it every few days so I don't have to keep going to the big bag of pellets that are in the basement. So yeah, that's how I do it. And that 40-pound bag of pellets, I just put a handful in where I scooped it out. And that can last me, that $7 or $8 bag can last me a month. And then every couple weeks, I generally empty out the boxes completely and spray them with water and vinegar and like soap and water and clean the whole box. But they really don't get that dirty because I scoop out the yucky stuff every day. And I'll take a paper towel and some vinegar and just kind of scrub some of the parts, the pan underneath as I'm scooping it. So it stays fairly clean. So yeah, this is how I do it. I think it's more practical to keep the hay contained. And I scoop the litter boxes every day because the thought of them being in a litter box like for an entire week just kind of makes me sick. I don't really want them standing in their own pee, and it kind of does start to have a odor to it, and they're in the bedroom kind of thing as well. And I also get freaked out in the summer because flies, and I get paranoid about my rabbits getting fly strike, and so I make sure I check their bottoms and stuff every day, and I inspect the size of their poops and make sure they're round. So because I clean the litter box every day, it also allows me to look at what's coming out of them, their poops, to make sure that they're the right size so I can catch it right away if they're not. So yeah, that's how I do it. I hope this is kind of helpful. I've never really found anything on YouTube by any other rabbit people that had a setup that I kind of would have worked for me. This is what works for me and my rabbits, and they seem very happy and content. So good luck with finding what works for you. If you have any questions, please ask.